Thank you for being King of King. Thank you for being Lord of Lord. Thank you for everything that has breath that praise you. We're so thankful that we got the message to start that live at 10:10. Although we're behind, but we're at least getting it done. Thank you for giving us the idea to actually do both channel in English at 10:10, and so that we could merge off on the 11:11 for the Creole spot. And I am so thankful that you have given us the opportunity to be here and to be creating that transformation. In the mighty name of Yeshua that we pray. Amen. Now, guys, I am so thankful that all of you guys are actually here. I am going to send this live to all my folks who usually come up on the English side, I mean, on the Creole side. Now, if they want to stay, they could stay. But we're going to always keep on referring to the Creole Live that's happening at 11:11, okay? So I am so thankful for all of you who are actually here. And I am so happy that we're going to share information that's causing transformation for this generation and the generation to come. And of course, we're going to do something very important because most of you guys don't know who I am. You're probably saying, who's this stranger coming out of the blue talking about Bomba Guy? I'm going to tell you a little bit more about me in a little bit. And I just want to make sure we invite some of the people who decided to actually become members of us. So we're just going to make sure we do that. And the intention of the show is actually to share information on natural health that they don't want you to know about. What I got is that one of the things that I'm going to give you a quick story and basically also tell you a little bit about myself. Um, my name is Max O Carre. Okay, I was born and raised in Haiti, Port-au-Prince, Haiti. My parents are Dr. Carol Santana and Max Carey. These are folks. My mom is in medicine, who also doing natural medicine, and I have my dad who is in education. So I just want to let you know that I grew up around a bunch of people who really were committed to the well-being of people. So one of the things that's really made it a big deal for me is that I had to really deal with what we call something that frustrates you. Now, when I was growing up, I had asthma. My asthma was really, really bad, guys. I'm telling you, my asthma was so bad, and no doctors knew what to do, and they were this close to put me into the pump. Like when I used to play basketball, I used to literally have issues where I would really feel as if my heart stopped in the on the court, and I had to really hit it so that I keep going. But what happened is that I would not tell my parents that, because if I did, they would tell me not to play sports. So imagine, I love sports so much that I was willing to die because I did not want to stop that thing. Now, here's the really strange thing about this whole stuff is that nobody knew what to do until my grandma, and she's a praying lady, she decided to do something that was really out of the ordinary. She had Sylvie, the person that was helping us out, go to the yard of the next door neighbor right across the street. And when they went to the yard, guess what happened? They went to take hibiscus. And when she put me on hibiscus, what really happened is that my life transformed from then. Come to find out, hibiscus, which a lot of people call it, especially from Jamaica, call it sorrel. I just want to let you know that thing has selenium in it, which gave strength to my what? To my lungs. So the problem I was having is that my lungs had issues. And why my lungs had issues is that initially I had a dad that was a smoker. You know, deficiencies have a bad habit of going from what? It could transfer over to your kids. That's why we always say you want to take care of a lot of stuff before you decide to have kids. Take care of all the deficiencies you have, because if you don't, there's a possibility these things will go from generation to generation. Now, one thing that is really awesome, and I'm so happy. And by the way, all the people that are joining, notice what I said. At 11:11, it's going to be in Creole. Right now, it's the English spot. And we're making sure we're giving you enough information that's causing transformation for this generation and the generation to come. Now, I will give you certain information. Now, remember, I had asthma. I was at night, I would have been all night. I was having those issues. I couldn't breathe well. Okay, my grandma, praying lady, she just kept on praying to find a solution, but she couldn't get a solution until something came up where she went. She sent Sylvie to go get shoe black. So hibiscus, there's many different names for it. Now I can go into it to share with you what hibiscus is. So if anybody knows what hibiscus is, place put a 1 on the chat if you already know what hibiscus is. And if you don't know what hibiscus is, put a 2 on the chat. Now, I will give you a little information about me. So I practice natural medicine, and I have been doing this for 3 decades. I'm trying not to tell my age. And I hang out around a lot of young people because most people my age, they keep on saying, Max, man, you make us look bad. Where's your white hair? I'm like, they're coming. But the only reason they haven't come yet is because I keep on using that rosemary, man. Yo, let me tell you this. If you don't have a little bit of rosemary in your house, you got something going. Now, I'm telling you, I got that rosemary going. And of course, I would actually mix it up if I want with a little jojoba oil to make it very smooth. Now, all this, we're saying that you're going to make it organic. You got to anoint your head every time and then claim Psalm 23, Psalm 112, Psalm 91. You know, keep making sure that you keep your face nice and clean. Now, I will share what rosemary mean in some of the other shows that's coming up because we may not have a lot of time. Now, one of the things that's really awesome and that makes me excited about sharing natural health, there's herbal medicine that they don't want you to know about. So imagine my mom being a physician. She was in Columbia University at that time I was having those crises. She couldn't do anything for me because I was right there in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, suffering, and she couldn't do anything about it. Now, typically, when a person has asthma, what do they do? Go ahead, put it in the chat. When a person have asthma, and guys, when you come in the chat, especially my English folks, tap it up. And one thing I will do from going forward, I'm gonna put the link of the other station or the other channel on the Creole for those who do speak English. So all my folks who speak English who are coming on this live, I want to let you know there's another channel that's strictly English, okay? So I just want to basically share that with you. Now, listen to this. What I'm saying is something powerful. Now, for all those who are coming in, usually this live have over 100 people. But again, the English live, this is my second English live today. I mean, for this month, because we just got connected for that. Now, listen, I suffered. And I watched my grandma having to, when she's doing her 3 o'clock prayer, she always was having to watch to see if this kid's gonna choke. Because I would be coughing over and over and over. And that really infuriated my grandma. It infuriated my grandma. And it infuriated my grandma because she couldn't understand why her daughter, that's a medical doctor, couldn't do anything. Let me say it in a good English term, couldn't do jack. All the other physicians in that country, none of them could do jack because the only thing they know is to do what? To give you that pump. As if that pump is going to help. But when you are a person that commits yourself to what? To learning and prayer, understanding that herbs, since Genesis 1:29, it says, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed. For you, it is food. And throughout the Bible, you'll see all the different herbs that actually show. This is not a Bible show, okay? I'm just basically referring that because that's the authority that I'm coming under. Now, I want to say that when she got the information to actually do the herb hibiscus, which we call in our country shoe black, my life changed forever. Then I was able to function. Because as a kid, when you can't sleep because you're always and I know this message is for somebody. While I was traveling, I was seeing how many people, parents, are really dealing with a lot of issues relating to autism, which we hearing all the stuff that they're talking about vaccine now. We hearing about a bunch of stuff that we never heard before. That's why it's important that our health may be the right thing for us to really care about. And that's why I am here today, because guess what? I am literally sick and tired of seeing people suffering for lack of knowledge. And this is what the good book says. My people are perishing for lack of knowledge. Now, honey, people on the chat right now knew that hibiscus, which we call shoe black in Jamaica, we call it sorrel. We knew that it was good for people who have asthma. If you knew that, put a 5 in the chat. If you knew that that herb has the ability to help because it has a content of selenium that raises up what? The strength in the immune system. Now, understand this. Do you know that selenium is one of those minerals that is so powerful? Now, even the FDA, one of my professors actually sued the FDA so that they can put selenium in what? Kids' formula, so that they don't have to have issues of SID, which is sudden infant death. A lot of times parents were beating themselves thinking it's because they didn't put the kid in the right form or didn't sit the kid the right way. Has nothing to do with that. It was pure deficiency. And that's why when you see that you're taking vitamin E, they typically put vitamin E with selenium because it helps heart health as well. Now, I know that a lot of you are thinking about transforming a lot of things in your life. And you guys just hearing me, you don't know me. I'm just going to give you a little bit about me, okay? My name is Max O Carre. The O stands for Olivier. And I want to let you know, my intention is to really share natural health that they don't want you to know about. There's a lot of things I can show you that most people will never really tell you. We have something that we make it available to a bunch of you guys. Okay? If you guys would like to get a free copy of this in a PDF form where I could send it to your phone or your email, you let me know in the chat or send me a message, DM me. When you do that, it'll give me the opportunity to actually connect with you. Now, this is the reason why we're doing this, okay? Now, understand this. That book, we will make it available to you. And if for a reason or another, you actually connect, there's another thing we're going to do that's even better. We're going to also give you access to we're going to give you access to do something that's even better. You know what we're going to do? We're going to also give you the 7-day teas that you can use. Those 7-day teas, they actually work wonders. If you want to get those things, definitely do it. Now, if you like what you're hearing, okay, very simple. All you got to do is just start putting those. Oh, I forgot. I have the power to do so. I'm waiting for some of you guys to put hearts. And I understand. I'm patient. I'm a patient man, right? Now, one thing that I got to say, I am going to talk about, and remember, this live is going to finish at 11, at least 11:05, just so that I can set up for the other show. I'm talking about the English portion, okay? All right. Now, listen to this. I'm going to talk about the 8 laws of health real quick. After the 8 laws of health, I might give you an offer. And the offer is really the body management system. And I hope I get an opportunity to do so. Now, if you in the English crowd are interested to actually really receive Okay, this free book, not the actual physical one. If you want the physical one, you're gonna pay up, right? Pony up. But if you actually want to have a free book, a PDF format, I could actually send that to you. Okay, just make sure you send me your info, and then we can handle that. Now, here's the next thing: 8 laws of health. How many of you ever heard about the 8 laws of health? Now, if you heard about the 8 laws of health, please put 7 in the chat. If you ever heard about the 8 laws of health, put a 7 in the chat. Now, before I really talk about the 8 laws of health, I want to advise everybody that's probably on the live right now, do your best to see if you can actually get this book, Perseverance. This is a good friend of mine who actually had, notice what I said, quote unquote, had cancer. You know what? Up to what? Times. On the third time, she says, bump that system. I'm not doing chemo no more. Max, how can you help me? And I told her, please do not put my name there. But there's a list of all the herbs that were used in the back to really help. Guys, please, we don't do Black Friday here, okay? I don't know about Black Friday. But one thing I must say to you, 1 out of 3 people who are living in the United States will have a form of cancer. This is statistic. So what I want you to do, if you want to count 1, 2, 3, the third person is that person. 1, 2, 3. So buy 4. Okay? It's only $25. You could get it on Amazon, or I could give you her number directly, and then you'll get it a lot quicker, possibly. There's a reason why I'm saying this. All the stuff that we did. Now, again, this person know me for over 12 years, right? But sometimes people know you, but they don't know what you do. How many of you that most of your family members, or probably everybody that don't know what you do? You remember the show Martin? Everybody always wondered what Tommy did, right? Now, I know there's a bunch of young kids probably on the live. You don't know that show Martin. You're probably wondering, who's Martin? Well, Martin Lawrence had a show where there was a guy named Tommy. Tommy, nobody ever knew what Tommy did. So are you the Tommy in your family where nobody really knows what you do? They see you traveling, they see you doing things, moving around, but they don't know what you do. Well, I just want to let you know strictly now, a lot of my family members, when they have issues, or some friends of mine, they will gladly come and say, hey, my husband have an issue. I have this and that. What can I do? That's why I really cherish people who take services from me. Because my friends, most of them don't pay because they figure they have access, right? Well, why I'm saying this is because I want to transform your listening about health. Because if you want to always ride very high with all your fancy stuff, your fancy glasses, want to look good and everything, but you're not paying attention to your health, you're creating a problem. Recently, one of my boys, and when I say my boys, a friend of mine in personal development, a month ago, while I was away, I told him, dude, did you ever start that package I sent you? Oh, no, it's right there. I'm like, yo, send me some picture and I'll change the dosage for you. Never did. Last week, blowing up my phone. What do you think he's blowing up my phone for? I'm at the hospital, 7 in the morning. This is the time where I do my meditation. This dude blowing up my phone to let me know I'm in the hospital. And not only I'm in the hospital, but he's saying that they said I got cancer. Now, I said to him, dude, did you ever use that stuff I gave to you? No, it's at the house. I'm like, now you're going to have to graduate to the big boys. You know one thing that usually happens to people? A lot of times they get convicted, and not only that they would get convicted, but there's something else that happened. It was when you start blaming yourself. Please, you don't need to get into that. Forgive yourself. Because in the 7 laws of healing, the first law of healing is forgiveness, self and others. So if you're the type that don't forgive, you got issues. because it's going to be hard for your treatment to happen. Your blood sugar, your blood pressure, your blood this, your blood that, all these things going to create issues for you. And then all of a sudden you see you're constipated and you're like, you wonder what the heck is going on. Well, there's very simple what's going on is that clunk is clunking because you're holding on to certain emotion that you don't need to be holding on to. That's why they call emotion energy in motion. Now, I am so happy I'm actually doing this live because it takes me a lot to do a show in English. That's when I realized how much I love Creole, because I have to think in Creole and convert it in English and actually let it go. Because when I first started the Creole station, it was not a Creole station. I was doing it bilingual, where every time I say something in English, I would say it in Creole, and often I mess it up because I want to go at 100 miles an hour, but I couldn't because it was a problem. Now, if you're wondering what I'm drinking my good old Unimate. I want to let you know this is a good thing. It actually helped not only curb my appetite, it keeps my brain very, very what? Very present. And that's how I could really do this. So let's start with the 8 laws of health. Are you ready? Okay. I'm going to start posting more and more and more so that we can have this live really get up in the English side. Because remember, in 22 minutes, the Creole show starts. Then we're going to be ending the English live. Okay. You guys ready? All right. And by the way, it's my fault. FDA selenium lawsuit, 8 laws of health. Chat about that. I love that AI thing. It really tells me a whole lot. All right, perfect. Now, here's the deal. I want to keep saying something to you that's really important. In 8 laws of health, the first one is nutrition. Remember, make sure you get the book of my friend. Her number is 954-638-8321. 954-638-8324. She might not pick up, but text her. Let her know how many books you need. Remember, 1 out of 3 people will have one form of cancer. Now, if you want that English version, go to my YouTube channel, put cancer fighting food. You will even see the images of what I'm talking about. Okay? That's really essential that we really create that listening. 1 out of 3 people will have that. So when she wrote it, because she didn't give credit to the medical system, of course, that's why they're not loading her up with what? Moolah. So that's why we're doing this grassroots movement, making sure I don't get a dime from it, guys. Order your book. Order 4. 1 for you, 1 for 3 of your friends or family. Don't wait till they have cancer to give it to them. Most of you will actually want to give it to them when they have cancer. You know what that means? Too late. Too late. And a lot of you know that you spent $100 the wrong way before. Guess what? Give it as a gift. Birthday gift, friendship gift, whatever gift. Even if they're blind, give it to them. They'll have somebody read it for them. That's important, guys. It may seem like a hard sell. I'm not selling it that hard. Okay, I'm just letting you know. It even have resources where you can get mammogram free, a bunch of things free, and then you'll see the type of stuff that she did that created a bunch of nonsense. All right, let's get this going. Okay, 8 laws of health, nutrition. Now, when we talk about nutrition, nutrition is something that is really important. How many people would agree that nutrition is something that's really important? If you're on the live right now, you believe nutrition is important, press a 1 in the chat. If you believe nutrition is important. If you believe nutrition is important, press a 1 in the chat. All right? Nutrition. Now, when we say nutrition, here's what's important about nutrition. You want to take 90 essential nutrients. When we say 90 essential nutrients, right now they say 93, but let's talk about the 90 essential nutrients. 60 minerals. You know what selenium is? It's a mineral. Calcium is a mineral. Who else can tell me a mineral? Give me a name of a mineral real quick. Now, so far, I'm seeing that my other channel is more progressive than all the other folks. Let me know. Let me share that channel real quick, because I have a feeling that we're not getting enough of our other groups over there. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, let's see. E. Talk to me, guys. Okay, we're gonna get this shared over right away. Okay, okay, okay. All right, so I'm putting this on my status. Woo. Yeah, sometimes the thing is locked. Okay, guys. All right, are you guys ready? So can you give me an example of a mineral? Let me see if somebody give an example of a mineral. If you have an example of a mineral, go ahead and say it. There's no wrong answers, okay, guys? Mineral. Now, here's the funny thing about mineral. Your body cannot do more than 40 days without mineral. After 40 days, your body start acting up. I love when they like to restrict the show and saying that there's a visibility problem. I think they got issues. Visibility, my, you know what. You see, I'm telling you, that's why I don't like doing English shows, man. I feel like TikTok want to be all up on your business. They just want to see what's in your house. Bunch of creepy folks. Creepy TikTok. All right, so whenever they put me on the visibility thing, that means they're not gonna refer the live to anybody. Okay, don't worry. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna end up having water. Yes, thank you. Nothing water. Then you would talk about H2O, right? H2O, oxygen is a mineral, right? So I'm so happy that you're actually putting that, because a lot of people. Somebody said gas. Guys, remember, they're not gonna share the live, so you guys gonna have to really, how we call it in Creole, tapote. Okay, all right, perfect. So I am so happy that we have the opportunity to do this, and we're gonna be finishing very soon. Okay, less than 21 minutes. All right, perfect. Let's get this going. Now, listen to this. This is very simple. Let me see if they remove me. Appealing progress. All right, that's good. That means I'm just gonna have to shut the live at 11 and start back over. Okay. All right, that was not the plan, but we're gonna use it that way. Now, listen to this. Mineral. When we're talking about mineral, we're talking about calcium, magnesium, okay, manganese. All these things are very important. Now, I want to let you know, when your body's missing these things, it creates issues. Now, for all those who do not know, there's something called live blood analysis that I do. You see that guy right there with the white coat? I'm usually that guy. Now, one thing that I do, I go to state, from state to state, and I test people from cities to cities. I go to these churches. I test everybody on the house. That's my action de grâce. We call that. That's my gift to that church. And I always tell the church, please, what I want you to do, appeal not approved. You're right. They give you a background and they don't approve it. Now, listen to this. I go from state to state. When I test these people and I tell them, bless that church with what? With a donation, 20 bucks or 40 bucks, you name it. I don't care. I don't get anything in return. But when I do that, here's what I do. I do that for specific reasons, guys. Now, for my folks who are on this platform, since they're already talking smack about my background, so I might as well give them something to talk about. Okay? Do you see? For my folks on that platform, you can see that. The English one, I haven't uploaded it yet. You will get to see it very soon, where I put the different effects. Okay. We got a lot of effects that a bunch of you guys will be interested to see. And we're gonna get it done. Don't worry. We're starting fresh. We're gonna make sure that that other station has all the effects as well. Let me give you an example so that you can see what you guys are not seeing. Okay, hold on. You see, here's what you're not seeing. All right, all my folks, that's the blood. This is called a live blood analysis. You guys are seeing. So when I take 2 drops of your blood and I put it under a microscope, it shows me exactly what's going on in your body. Now, when I see exactly what's going on in your body, I can recommend you certain things. Let me give you an example. Since they're restricting the live, let me make them shut it down too. They don't know. They don't know who they're dealing with. All right, I'm going to make them shut the live as well. Now, somebody's going to say, no, don't do that. Calm down. Now, my son was telling me that TikTok got issues. They're very biased. If you're showing anything, I see people come in topless on a live and they don't have an issue with it. But me, when I show things that has to do with health concerns, they have an issue with it. You see, they said that this guy got leprosy. That's what they said this guy had, right? They couldn't explain what he had. They could not explain. Let me give these guys a little look at that. They could not explain what he had, right? Okay? Now the foot, all messed up. You guys are seeing it. If you see it on the live, press a 5 on the live right here on the chat. Press a 5 real quick. Okay? Now, here's the reason I'm having you see all that, guys. Thank you, Soraya. I know Soraya says, finally, the show in English. Did I not tell you they were going to shut it down? Okay. They actually shut it down. They shut down the live, guys. That is so funny. And they're calling it nudity. There's no nudity about it. I didn't even show anything that looked like that. These people are really dumb. Really, really dumb. Really, really dumb. That's good. Well, at least the English one is not that dumb. All right, guys, I am so happy that I was able to actually show you as much as I can. I am gonna go ahead and merge off on the other channel. So let me quickly wrap up real quick for you. Nutrition, exercise, okay? Nutrition, exercise, water, sunshine, temperance, okay? That's important that I basically share this thing with you. nutrition, exercise, water, sunshine, temperance, fresh air, rest, and trust in divine God. Now, for all those who are connecting with us, it is so essential that you actually understand the things relating to health. Uh, we, I'm pretty sure that they got their own reasons, but I ain't mad at them. The only thing I will say is that I'm gonna make sure we keep sharing those information. And for all my folks who are on Facebook who don't have that problem as yet, let me actually show you the results. Let me show you the results. That's the results. By the way, all my folks on the English channel, they said that I'm showing nudity. Okay, we didn't show any nipples or anything. Uh so they banned me until the 29th. So chances are we won't do any show today. All right. Well, like my son said, very biased. Very, very biased. I have a feeling my TikTok channel don't have anything better to do. All right, guys. I am so happy that the fact I was able to actually share what I could share with you. 8 laws of health, nutrition, exercise. It's important that we talk about these things, okay? I am so glad I was able to be here. And let me go and post some stuff on the live, okay? All right. Take care, guys. I am so happy I was able to be here. Bon, bye, guy. All right. Take care. Oh, let's conclude with prayer. L'Éternel, notre Dieu, notre Père, nous glorifions, nous sanctifions aujourd'hui pour toujours à jamais. We're so grateful for everything that you're doing in our lives, Lord. Thank you for the opportunity to be live on this platform. In the mighty name of Yeshua. Amen. Bye, everybody.